In today's video we're going to be doing my entire CD collection. So I recently did a video of my vinyl collection, so I thought, because I wanted to talk about music a bit more, I thought to show off all of the CDs I own. So let's begin. Okay, so the first 4 CDs I have to show are all the Calvin Harris albums, which is one of my favourite artists. Not as good as David Guetta and Joel Corry, but still in my top 10. So first of which we will begin with Calvin Harris, I Created Disco, obviously including the huge hits Acceptable in the 80s and The Girls. A decent album. If I had to choose my favourite song, it's probably Merrymaking at My Place. That was a good one in this album, and Colours as well, and of course The Girls was also pretty good as well. So yeah, that is Calvin Harris, I Created Disco. Next up is Ready for the Weekend, including the massive hits Ready for the Weekend itself, I'm Not Alone, and Dance With Me. So yeah, I'm Not Alone was probably the first Calvin Harris song I listened to when I was so young. I don't know if it's that and Dance With Me by Dizzee Rascal, but overall Dance With Me is a great song, and so is I'm Not Alone. So yeah, that's Ready for the Weekend. This is where Calvin Harris's albums get even better. We have 18 Months. Yeah, it's got some really good songs in here. Feel So Close. We'll Be Coming Back with Example. 2 very good songs in there. I Need Your Love with Ellie Goulding. Drinking from the Bottle was also another good one. And what's also another good one is Let's Go by Neo. So a few songs in this album I definitely recommend grabbing this album for. So yeah, and the last Calvin Harris album I've got is Calvin Harris Motion. Some good songs on here. Under Control was one of my favourites in this album. What else? Outside with Ellie Goulding, and Summer was also a pretty good one as well. So yeah, that's all the Calvin Harris albums I've got. I don't have Funk Fave Bounces, I think it was called. The Funk Volumes 1 and 2, I do not have those yet, but hopefully I might get those to add to the collection. So that's that. And here's we have the next 4 CDs I have to show are David Guetta CDs. So we'll start off with One More Love. An okay album. It's definitely some good songs. It's The Way You Love Me with Kelly Rowland was one of my favourites. Sexy Chick with Akon. I don't want to say the real word, but yeah. The Akon collab with Sexy Chick is a good song, and Memories was also one of my favourites on this album as well. So yeah, that's David Guetta, One More Love. Nothing But the Beat, Ultimatum by David Guetta. Yeah, some pretty good songs on here. I'd say this is my favourite album via one of the next albums I'm going to show. My favourites on this album are Titanium. Let me think. I Just Want to F for the Timbaland song, and Little Bad Girl was also quite good as well. So it's a 2-disc CD set. So this is the vocals. Yep, the vocal disc and the electronic album. So yeah, a very nice 2-disc set. Another good song on here, Play Hard with Neo and Akon. That was actually a pretty good collaboration. It was supposed to sample the original 98 song, You're Better Off Alone by Alice DJ, but I think the sample with David Guetta, Neo and Akon is way better than the original sample, in my opinion. So that is Nothing But the Beat Ultimate. The next David Guetta album is David Guetta Listen. Some okay songs, not my favourite album, but there is some quite good songs on here. The STOP by Ryan Tedder, because obviously Ryan Tedder being my favourite singer from One Republic. What else? I also liked Hey Mama with Nicki Minaj and Afrojack. That was another good one. And Dangerous by Sam Martin was also quite good as well. So, yeah. And finally, for the David Guetta albums, we have David Guetta 7 in a 2-disc CD set. I'd say it's actually one of my favourites out of all of the albums. Yeah. Some pretty good songs like Flames with a collaboration of Sia, To You with Justin Bieber, even though I'm not a massive Justin Bieber fan, but it was alright. The song To You with David Guetta was good, and Like I Do was one of my favourites in this album, and the collaboration that David Guetta did with Ava Max, Let It Be Me, was quite good. Another good song of mine, Mad Love with Sean Paul, David Guetta and Becky G. It's just a good song. And I do quite like Sean Paul's rapping sometimes. But anyways, this is CD1. This comes in a 2-packed set. I'll just show the discs if I can. So here's the disc for or disc 1, should I say, for the disc 1, and then this little leaflet inside. Just thought I'd show you. I'm not going to look at, but we have number 2, the Jack Back Project. I'd say I think the only good one in this album was probably Just a Little More Love. The 2018 remix, although I believe that was an older song, with Chris Willis. But there's the disc for the Jack Back Project. So yeah, that's all the David Guetta albums. Again, pretty good DJ via Calvin Harris and Joel Corry, which are my 2 other favourites as well. So yeah, that's David Guetta 7. Next up, we have Justin Timberlake Sexy Back single. Picked this up because I just like the song so much, and because Timbaland was in the song. So there you go, the main version and the instrumental version. So that's that. Nelly Furtado, Loose. I'm not a big fan of Nelly Furtado, but I do like the songs that Timbaland did with her, that produced. Fun fact, Man Eater was actually produced by Timbaland, which made me wanted to pick up this album. Promiscuous was also another good song of mine, and Say It Right also, which also had Timbaland in as well. So yeah, that is Nelly Furtado, Loose. Not my favourite artist, but they are pretty good, only for the songs that feature Timbaland. Now that's what I call pop. I've already done an unboxing of this if you want to check that out. But great songs though. So there's CD1 and CD2. So yeah, some pretty good songs on here, like Stargazing with Miles Smith, Lose Control with Teddy Swims, Beautiful Things with Benson Boone, and obviously Sabrina Carpenter Espresso being on here, and of course Houdini by Dua Lipa, and yeah, also Tate McRae Greedy, especially since Ryan Tedder from One Republic wrote that song. But yeah, some pretty good songs on here. I definitely recommend grabbing this album for. And speaking of One Republic, I do have indeed 3 albums from them. So we have Dreaming Out Loud, I believe One Republic's first debut album. So we have Say All I Need, Mercy. I'm not going to read all the songs, but yeah, it contains the Timbaland remix of Apologise, which is my favourite. It's better with Timbaland in it, in my opinion, I must say. There's the original Apologise as well. So, some okay songs overall, even though they're more or less just rock music to me for this first album. But yeah, there's some okay songs on here. Waking Up, decent, again, some okay songs. My favourite is probably going to be Secrets and Marching On. So yeah, that's Waking Up. And then the last One Republic CD I have is Oh My My. Again, a decent album. Favourite songs on here is Dream, Oh My My, Kids, and Whenever I Go. So yeah, I do also have Native, Human, and Artificial Paradise. I got all those on vinyl, so if you want to see that, check out my complete vinyl collection video. The next two albums are Rita Ora albums, so we have Rita Ora and Phoenix. They don't release on vinyl, so that's why I have them both on CD. So here's the first one, Aura. Really good songs on here. R.I.P. with Tiny Temper was a good one. How We Do, Party, Hot Right Now, and Radioactive, which are all my favourite songs. So yeah, and she's probably my third favourite artist via Sabrina Carpenter and One Republic. So yeah, that's Rita Ora. And then we have Rita Ora Phoenix, which I'll probably say is my favourite out of all the albums I have from Rita Ora. Especially my favourite songs being Anywhere, Your Song, Lonely Together with Avicii, For You with Liam Payne, and Hell of a Life was also a pretty good one. I do also have You and I on vinyl, which again you can check out my vinyl collection to see that. And finally, for the CDs, or the last two CDs I have to show for the collection, is Timbaland Shock Value and Shock Value 2. So here's the first Shock Value, which I've only got for 25p in a shop I went into. I think it was a shop where they sold everything, and I found this for only 25p, so great bargain, especially since Timbaland is probably one of my favourite artists of all time, top 10, especially the One Republic song Apologise. But yeah, there's some other good songs on this Shock Value. Let me think. Come Round with Mia was a pretty good song, a great song to have as a bonus. Scream with Kerry Hilson and Nicole Scherzinger was also a good one. Released by Justin Timberlake was also one of my favourites. So yeah, some pretty good ones on here. So yeah, and of course Apologise with One Republic being in the song made me pick up this CD. So yeah, so there's a lot of good songs I definitely recommend grabbing Shock Value for. And finally, for the CD collection, we have Shock Value 2, which I actually quite prefer. I don't know, I kind of think I sort of prefer this over the first Shock Value, although both of the albums are great. Yeah, that's just a load of good songs on here. We Belong to the Music with Miley Cyrus is one of my favourites. Likewise with Morning After Dark with Nelly Furtado and So Shy. And another good one, If We Ever Meet Again with Katy Perry. So yeah, and Timothy, Where Have You Been is also a decent song as well. And of course, One Republic Marching On, the Timbo version, is also good to have as well. So yeah, that is my CD collection, all the CDs I own in the collection. Hopefully I shall get some more soon, but I thought, yeah, since I've already done a vinyl collection, I thought I'd just do a CD collection, because I've started being a CD collector. I feel basically like artists that I want, unfortunately, that I cannot get on vinyl, which is the reason why most of these I have on CD, and because they're quite expensive on vinyl as well. So hence why I do have all of them on, a majority of them on CD. So yeah, by all means, if you haven't already, you can check out my vinyl collection as well. It'll be on at the end of this video, on like some card thingy that you can click at the top. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments what you think of my CD collection. Are there any good CDs that you've seen that you like? And I'll see you next time for another video.